and gentlemen, I don't know what's going on, but it seems like after Raw, everybody just wants to betray each other. Now, let me try to go down the list here because there's at least 4 groups and people that are trying to betray each other. First of all, the biggest one, I think, was what happened with Imperium. Ludwig Kaiser, after losing that tag team match with the Italian stallion, Fabian Eichner. I think that's his older name. God damn it. Doesn't matter. He beat the ever living crap out of him. Like so many crazy just kicks, punches, and then he drop kicked him right on the top of the head. And he did basically the same thing he did to Kofi Kingston, which put Kofi Kingston in story, in kayfabe, away for a good amount of time. So for now, I guess Giovanni Vinci, that's his current name, he's out. He might be out of the WWE for good too, because he is amazing in the ring. I mean, Kofi helped him a lot in the match with that clothesline, but I'm sure all of you, if you watch the match, you remember that amazing clothesline. He's amazing in the ring. He just doesn't have much of a character or promo ability, and that's gonna make you sink. So he might be out of there. Now that's betrayal number 1, right? And then we have before that, I think, DIY facing off against R-Truth and The Miz, and they lost that tag team championship match. What happened to Ciampa? Nothing big, but he didn't shake the hand of R-Truth, or maybe it was The Miz. He didn't shake their hands, and Johnny was like, "What the hell are you doing?" If you know anything about DIY, I think you know where this is gonna lead. So another seed for betrayal, in my humble opinion, by, I would assume, Tommaso Ciampa, just mirroring what happened in NXT. That's number 2. Let's think about number 3. Damian Priest is out there or in the backstage with Dominic saying, "Handle your business." And Dominic is like, "Papi, we handle Judgment Day's business, right?" And Damian said, "No, handle your business." So that's Damian potentially getting out of the Judgment Day. And what's number 4?
Number 4? I'll tell you what number 4 is. Number 4 is me turning on the WWE for letting Becky Lynch win in the main event. But that's not what we're talking about here today. But speaking of all the beefs and everything here, I think it's good for Ludwig.
Before you go with Ludwig, number 4 is Chad Gable turning on his own academy. There you go.
Okay, there was a number 4. Okay, go ahead. You tell him about number 4.
That's it, man. Chad Gable was just like berating everybody, saying, "I'm Kurt Angle, now I'm heel, Kurt Angle, Perk Gable, in other words, and you don't matter to me anymore. You guys are a disappointment. You either follow me, especially Otis, or, we're going to have to go ahead and get you up out of here." And Otis was looking like he's about to betray. Betrayal number 4, Chad Gable. So what is going on with all of this? I have no clue, but it's betrayal season right now, especially right before the draft. Maybe that's a big effect. But Kenny, you're about to go in with Ludwig Kaiser, I believe, man. What do you have to say?
Yeah. I was about to go with Ludwig, but when you brought up part 4, I gotta ask y'all don't think Chad Gable turns heel and face too much like Big Show or Randy Orton?
Brian?
He been face for a little while now, though, and I'd say that it was kind of justified at this point. It had to happen. He was losing way too much.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
It was about time he snapped. He's been face for like close to a year, maybe a little bit more.
Has he?
Yeah,
I just remember shoes, all of that.
Yeah, because
BS he was doing.
Even if you go back to like 7 months ago, which was in September, I believe that's when Chad Gable lost to Gunther, and they was highlighting his family and all that. So he's been around for a while as a face. So that's the only thing. But he was a heel, though. You are right. But it looks like he's back to being a heel.
Yeah, definitely. He's back on that heel path. But the second betrayal I want to talk about is Ludwig Kaiser. You know what? I've been saying for a while, like, this other guy is kind of holding him back because he's a big jack dude. I didn't even notice until I played 2K. And I was like, wait a minute, y'all, is this guy really that big? But then you look at him in the ring, he does tower over a lot of guys. I think he's right up there with Gunther. So he could make something of himself. When he speaks, it's different. So I think it's good that they split him away from Giovanni Da Vinci, whatever the guy name is. But I just hope that doesn't mean Giovanni's up out of here, because we know it is release season. And do y'all see Giovanni being able to stand by himself on his own?
No, he's going back to NXT, big bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Ooh.
Look, I think we got a new release, which is Von Wagner added to the name of that list, basically. And if you look at that list, every single person has the same problem that Vinci has, regardless of how they look like, whether they're super buffed or have a different body type. The fact is, they didn't have a character; they couldn't cut promos. So, not a good sign for Mr. Giovanni Da Vinci.
Yeah, I would
What's
be
his code
worried
gonna
about
be?
him. I
Mm.
wish the best for him, but I'm kind of worried about him. Damian Priest, should he separate himself from the Judgment Day? If we're going to take him serious as a champion, I think it's time. But to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Jey Uso beats him for that title at WrestleMania, or not WrestleMania, at the next pay-per-view
Oh
Backlash.
Jesus,
Because
that's a
he won
wild.
it at WrestleMania, but I think he's going to be losing it pretty soon unless they do something to kind of drastically change his character. Because right now he just seems like a guy with a belt. He doesn't seem like a champion. What was our last betrayal?
That's a great question. So we said talked about Chad Gable, Gunter, and the Ludwig. Oh yeah, DIY. DIY.
DIY.
What do you fellas
DIY.
think
I
about
just want
that?
to see those guys wrestle each other. To be honest, I don't care who they're mad at. If it's not each other, then I don't care. I want to see those two wrestle each other and have the matches like they had in NXT. If they're not doing that, then I don't know if they're going to be able to catch that same fire that they had in NXT, because those two work better with each other than they work with anybody else. So we'll see where they go.
Agreed.
I
Brian,
saw.
what do you think about
Yeah,
the
Brian.
turmoil of Monday Night Raw?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. It's looking kind of crazy, bro. It looks like Triple H is foreshadowing a lot of factions breaking up, even though I don't think all of them do break up. I think DIY might go heel, if anything. I don't know if they break up, but I know Imperium, it does look like Gunther is still cool with Ludwig, which can mean
Yeah,
that they can enter a third
Mhm.
member. Because I always felt like Giovanni was presented as the weak link anyway.
he
I don't know.
was.
He was never like the guy for me. So uh I can see
I
Imperium
like.
staying
Yeah.
together. They just get another guy added.
I don't think they need another guy. Who would they add? You got anybody in mind?
mm,
You do. Come on, you know it. You know it. He's
it's
Elijah Dragunov?
Elja. Yeah, I
Ely-
mean, thing is,
Elijah?
bro, I feel like he can be. I feel like he would be undershadowed. Because remember, he beat Gunther in NXT, so I don't know if it would make sense for him to like take leadership from Gunther.
true.
So even though
No.
I would kind of like to see that. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see him in Imperium, but I
He
don't
I
know.
needs
would.
something.
Storyline
I
was
would
it
love
wouldn't make
him.
sense because he's not gonna fall in line to a guy he already beat.
Yeah, that's what the one big problem. But it'd be cool if it was like some sort of another version of Giovanni Vinci who didn't lose as much, and then Gunther was trying to bully him too, but like he actually stands up to him and like messes him up. That would be a good way to get him into the main roster.
Yeah, no, I
Right.
definitely agree. I'm thinking Judgment Day is definitely gonna fall apart soon, especially with the Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio thing that we seen there, where
Yeah,
they kind
that
of
was
panned
weird.
out into another transition.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
that's gonna come back, and if Judgment Day is still a thing by that time, when Rhea does come back, that's a seed right there that they planted. Um, I don't know if it could mean that he's cheating in kayfabe, of course, or what's going on, but I'm
About
excited
to
to
say
see
that
where
might
this
be a seed
goes.
Dominic planted.
We really haven't seen like we really haven't seen like no love story like storyline in a minute with WWE. So maybe this could be one of them. Because even though Liv didn't win the championship match, maybe they're kind of building something for her on the side with that. I just don't think that they're just gonna let that go and brush it under. I think it'll end up meaning something anyway in the future.
All right. Well, I'm scared though because the last romance storyline was Rusev, Lana, and Bobby Lashley, and
Oh boy.
that one was kind of crazy.